Hello students, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the fourth lecture of ARD Static series. Here we will cover cropping pattern and cropping system. Okay, so this particular topic is very important for your NABARD examination. Earlier topic we have covered. So introduction to agriculture is very important. The next cropping pattern and cropping system is very important. And why, we will see it when we will cover the PYQ. Okay, so don't worry. So let's start our class, but before that, if you are new, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want the PDF of this video, you can join our Telegram channel too. So let's start our class with the first PYQ, and that is the order in which the crops are cultivated on a piece of land over a fixed period of time. Over a fixed period is called as, your option are cropping pattern, cropping rotation, lay farming, shift cultivation, or none of the above. See, this particular question appeared in NABARD Grade A 2017 Phase 1. Okay, and this particular topic is important for you both phases. Okay, so if you don't know the answer, we will cover the syllabus and then you'll be able to answer. Okay, so talking about the cropping pattern. See, your cropping pattern refers to yearly sequence or spatial arrangement of crops in a fallow land, while cropping system refers to cropping pattern as well as its interaction with technology, environment, and whatever resources we are providing to the farm. Okay. Shreya, we will discuss it. Let's first quickly cover the topic. Okay, when we'll discuss the PYQ, then I'll answer your question. Okay, so see guys, today's topic is cropping pattern and cropping system. So it is very important that you first of all understand what is the difference between cropping pattern and cropping system. Okay, so cropping pattern, as we say, pattern of anything. It means something is being done in the sequence. So that when we do it with crops, we call it cropping pattern. Okay, and cropping system is involved with cropping pattern and how our crop is interacting with various nutrition or input whatever we are providing to our land. Okay, so cropping pattern is a dynamic concept because it changes over time and space. So I hope that is clear. So now let's discuss our PYQ again and try to answer it. Okay, so the order in which the crops are cultivated in a piece of land. So we are only talking about how our land are cultivated in a piece of land. So among all the options present, the correct answer will be yes, of course, very good. It will be your cropping pattern. Okay, now Shreya, coming to your question. See, for prelims, I think that will be enough. If you are only preparing for the prelims, that summary sheet for static part and ARD part, that will you'll have to cover. So that will be enough for prelims only. Okay. So now guys, let's move to our second PYQ, that is growing of two or more crops simultaneously on a field is known as what? Your option are multi-cropping, monocropping, monoculture, crop rotation, or none of the above. And that question was in year 2021. So last year it was in phase 1. Okay. So if you don't know the answer, don't worry. We will discuss this particular topic, and when we are discussing this particular topic, make sure you know the difference, because this becomes very important and people get confused at the end. Okay, so let's discuss what these particular things are. So first of all, going by the cropping patterns. Okay, cropping pattern, cropping system, two different things. Now first of all, we will discuss cropping pattern. So among cropping pattern, there can be monocropping or monoculture, or it can be a multi-cropping. Then we can further divide it. So first of all, let's discuss what is monocropping or our monoculture. So mono refers to your one. Okay, I think that is very clear. So what we are talking about, to summarize this, we are talking about if we are putting a crop in our field, how we cultivate it. Okay, in what pattern we are putting it, कि हम अपनी crop खेत में लगा कैसे रहे हैं, that is our cropping pattern. So it can be monocropping or multi-cropping. Monocropping is talking about one crop. Okay, so let's quickly discuss what is monocropping. So when we are only using one crop in our field, that is our monocropping or monoculture. So what is difference between monocropping or monoculture, that we will discuss. So see, you have to see, when we talking about the cropping pattern, there are two things we need to discuss. First of all, time and space. How time and space? See, you can grow your crop in two ways. What ways these are? Either if you have a piece of land, what you can do, you can put your crop A here, and then you can put your crop B here, then A and B. It means at same time you are growing two crops. Or what you can do, for a particular crop area, for a few months you can grow crop A. This is whole A. Then for next month or next season you can grow crop B. Okay, so your cropping pattern deals with both phenomena. Now here, if the land is occupied by one crop during one season, that will be called monocropping. Okay, so let's say in a year you are growing only one crop, and that is one crop, suppose that is wheat. So that will be known as your monocropping. Now if the land is occupied by one crop in one season and next season next crop, that is, so we are differentiating the crop, that will be called monoculture. So I hope that is clear. In this we are only growing one crop. Okay, either we will left the land or we will try to grow the particular crop again in this particular method, that is monocropping method. Then in monoculture, but at one time or one season we are growing one crop. Okay, so I hope that is clear to you. Now moving to multi-cropping. So multi-cropping can be your sequential cropping or intercropping, and as the name suggests, multi-cropping can be when you grow two or more crop at the same field in a year. Okay, so again, in a year, how you can do? By differentiating in space and differentiating in time. So I hope this particular concept is clear. या तो आप एक साथ एक से ज्यादा क्रॉप लगा सकते हैं, या फिर आप एक टाइम पे एक लगाइए और एक सीजन के अंदर उसका सीजन खत्म होते ही सेकंड क्रॉप ग्रो कर दीजिए. ओके, सो दैट इज योर टाइम बेस्ड क्रॉपिंग एंड दैट इज योर स्पेस बेस्ड क्रॉपिंग. So moving to the multi-cropping. Multi-cropping is when you are growing two or more crop at the same time. So what can be a different type of multi-cropping? That can be your sequential cropping or intercropping. Again, sequential cropping is when you are growing two or more crop in a sequence in a piece of land, one after other. Okay, so you have your land. Suppose first of all you grow crop A. That can be your wheat, that can be your rice or your anything. Okay, so you grow this particular crop, then you wait for some time. Then what you do after harvesting, the 1 year is not completed, and then you grow some other crop. So that is your sequential cropping. Now moving to the intercropping, this deals with the space. Suppose you are growing crop A and crop B at the same time. Suppose you have sugarcane here and you are putting some leguminous crop in between of the rows of sugarcane. Okay, so that is your intercropping. सेम फील्ड में अगर आप दो क्रॉप एक ही टाइम पे लगा रहे हैं, दैट इज योर इंटरक्रॉपिंग एंड सिक्वेंशियल क्रॉपिंग. जब आप एक साल में एक बार एक क्रॉप लगा रहे हैं, उसके खत्म होने के बाद आप दूसरी क्रॉप लगा रहे हैं, so that is your multi-cropping. Now moving to sequential cropping, that can be, sequential cropping can be of different type, but the most important and that appear in your exam as we will discuss, that is ratoon cropping. Okay, so what is ratoon cropping? See, this is your land and you have cultivated suppose sugarcane here, but now your sugarcane has come to the age where you can harvest it. But what you will do, you won't uproot the plant. What you will do, you will left some part of a plant and this particular part will regrow. So I hope that is clear. So that is called ratoon cropping. So you leave some stubble or sucker in the field and they will grow again, and you will, but don't get confused, you can put input. Okay, people sometimes ask shouldn't we put something, or if the crop is exhaustive, it already have suck all the nutrient. Okay, so that is ratoon cropping. So ratoon cropping is also called stubble cropping, reharvesting and second crop. Do remember it, this is very important. Don't get confused if reharvesting is there and you are saying, oh ma'am, I haven't studied that. So that is that. Then ratooning, again, as I have told you, you will cut the crop and it will grow again. Okay, now ratooning का perfect example sugarcane. Don't get confused. And basal part, अगर plant के case में we talk about stubbles. Okay, and in other cases we call it a sucker. So I hope that is clear. Current affair of ARD June. See, there was some technical mistake at our end yesterday, so don't worry, but we will provide you current affairs of June, as it is, I know, very important month. So it will be there and I'll inform you in the video. Okay, whenever the video will be up, I'll inform you in the next video that June current affair has been arrived in the YouTube. Okay, so now let's move to intercropping method. So intercropping method are your four types, that is row intercropping, mix intercropping, strip intercropping and relay intercropping. So अब आपको ध्यान से समझना. Okay, this part again is very important and people get too much confused in this particular part. So what is row intercropping? So row intercropping, as you see, in row intercropping what we do, so we will take one crop and we will grow a row of it. Then we will, suppose this is your crop A, then row of another crop, that is crop B, then again a row of crop A, then again a crop of crop B. Okay, so this is your row intercropping. Now, row intercropping is usually get confused with strip intercropping. So what is a strip intercropping? In strip intercropping, you grow a strip of crop. Okay, there can be, suppose 5 row of maize, then you are growing 5 maize of soya bean. Then there can be 2 rows of oat. So here you are only growing 1 row. Okay, but in strip cropping, you are taking different number of row in a strip. Okay, suppose 5 row makes 1 strip. So you are growing the crop in strips. So that is your row cropping and strip intercropping. I hope everything is clear here. If you have any doubt in row intercropping and strip intercropping, you can ask me here. Okay, now moving to mixed intercropping. See what farmers do. Sowing the seed is not a easy process. Okay, it's not like you go there and seed will grow by themselves. So sometimes what they do, they broadcast the seed. Okay, they will, suppose crop A, crop B, as we are talking. So they will take the seed of both and they will just broadcast it. So what will happen? The crop will grow, but there won't be any sequence to it. Okay, so crop A is here, then B is there, some number are there. There is no uniformity in this particular system. Okay, so that is your mixed intercropping. So I think that is clear too. Now let's move to relay intercropping. Now again, this is very important. Why it is important? See, relay intercropping, we don't wait for one crop to get completely harvested. तो हमारी एक क्रॉप अभी पूरी तरह से हार्वेस्ट नहीं हो रखी, यानी हमने फील्ड से पूरी ली नहीं है क्रॉप, एंड वी सो द सीड ऑफ नेक्स्ट क्रॉप. तो सपोज आपके वीट को हार्वेस्ट होने में देयर आर 5 days left और सम few weeks left. What we will do? Next crop, whatever we are planning to grow there, we put the seed in the area presented. Okay, now what are the advantages of this particular system? See, in relay system, first of all, your time is saved. Okay, so time बच रहा है हमारा. Then, you know, whatever the crop you harvest, there is some stubble left. So this particular stubble will decay and provide the nutrient when your next crop needs the nutrients. Okay, so it becomes the source of nutrient for your next crop. So that is your relay intercropping. So if you have any confusion till now, I can explain it to you again. So don't worry, you can ask any doubt. Because this part again very important for your exam. We will cover some PYQ and you will see why this is very important. Okay. So now let's move to our next cropping system we are talking about now. Okay, we have discussed cropping pattern. Now there will be cropping system. Now what was cropping system? Can anyone tell me? What was the difference between cropping system and cropping pattern? क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम आई हैव टोल्ड यू, सीक्वेंस में आपने क्रॉप लगानी है. कौन सी क्रॉप हम पहले लगा रहे हैं, कौन सी क्रॉप हम बाद में लगा रहे हैं. बट क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम क्या था? सी योर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम इज क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न, दैट कम्स अंडर योर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम. बट इसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? वी आर टेकिंग अदर फैक्टर्स टू, अदर फैक्टर्स लाइक if you are putting any manure or any fertilizer. So how this fertilizer is interacting with your cropping system? Okay, that all is cropping system. So this cropping system is a broad term. Okay, so इसमें काफी सारी चीजें हैं. And cropping pattern is just simply आपने किस किस सीक्वेंस में क्रॉप लगाई है. Okay, so now talking about the cropping system. Cropping system can be your rice based cropping system. Very good. Asta has given a good example, rice, wheat. Then root based cropping system, grain, legume cropping system. Again, what are these three systems? These are cropping system and we are focusing on one crop. Okay, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Okay, Nilesh has explained what is cropping system. Very good, Nilesh. So what we are doing in the cropping system, see, हम एक crop को अपना प्राइमरी क्रॉप बना रहे हैं. ओके, और क्रॉप ऑफ फोकस और मेन क्रॉप बना रहे हैं जिसपे हम फोकस करेंगे, जिसकी हमें ग्रोथ चाहिए. ओके, जिससे हमें प्रोडक्शन चाहिए. तो based on this, it can be your rice based cropping system, root based cropping system and grain legume based cropping system. So यहाँ पे आपको नाम से समझ में आ रहा है, rice based system depend upon your rice or the main crop is your rice. Now talking about root based system, so any root crop you are growing, so that becomes your primary crop or main crop. Then grain legume based cropping system. Now grain legume में we focus on one grain and one legume. Okay, now what is rice is also grain. So what is difference between rice based cropping system and grain legume system? So see, in rice we are only focusing on the rice. Okay, no other crop is on focus. But in a grain legume, we give equal importance to grain and legume. See, grains are your exhaustive crop. They take nutrient, and legume replenish the nitrogen and other nutrient that is needed by your field. Okay, so based on that, rice-based system can be mixed varietal cropping of rice, intercropping of rice with other crops, cropping, and sequential cropping of rice. Okay, now mixed varietal cropping of rice is when you are cultivating more than one variety of rice. Okay, in same field at same time you are putting the seeds of more than one variety of rice. What does it mean and why we are doing so? See, in some state what happens, especially in West Bengal, what farmers do, there is no security that your crop will be safely harvested. There are many natural disasters that affect the crop. There are many other factors. As you know, climate change is becoming a very bad problem. So to cope with that, what our farmers do, they put more than one variety of rice in a particular field. Why and what kind of varieties? See what happened. Suppose there is a farmer, he will put two variety of rice. This variety A we are talking about, it will be harvested in a short period of time. Okay, so before there is a chance of flood or there is over excessive raining, this particular rice variety will be harvested. The other variety, suppose if harsh flood come or the climate condition change, so this particular crop will be able to sustain those conditions. Okay, that will be sustainable to rice, or it will be it will sustain some saline condition too. Okay, so this is your mixed varietal cropping of rice. I hope that is clear. Now talking about intercropping of rice with other crops. So simple, intercropping we know. Okay, so in intercropping of rice, what we do, we are putting rice, and to help with our rice, we are putting other crops too. So the other crop we are cropping, it will help our rice again. Okay, so rice is our main crop. The other one is helping our rice to increase in production or to protect from the pest and others. Okay, cropping. So again we have discussed what is this. This is relay cropping. So our crop is not harvested fully and we have sown the seed of the next crop. Okay, that is your cropping. It is also called cropping. Okay. So next talking about sequential cropping of rice. As we know, you are growing rice, and since your rice has exhausted the nutrient from the field, you are growing next crop to replenish the nutrients, so you can grow your rice in the next season too. So I hope that is clear, all the cropping system. If you have any doubt, you can ask me here. So this particular part very important for your exam. You have to, you can't miss anything that I have taught you. I can't say this is very important for your exam and this is not very important for your exam, because question appear from each and every part of cropping system and cropping pattern that we have discussed. Okay, and since we have discussed 2 PYQ, but this is not all. You will see that there are more PYQs. Okay, and you will find 1 PYQ that you will have to solve. So now let's move to our PYQ and how we can solve it. So for grade A, last year's phase 1 paper, growing 2 or more crops simultaneously on the same field is known as what? See, very simple question, but if you haven't studied, you won't be able to solve it. And we have started our class with simple cropping. Then we have discussed this particular topic. So please try to answer it so that I know that you know the answer now and I don't need to explain it again. And you will also have a satisfaction that you could have gotten 1 mark extra if you attempt the question. Okay, Manish has given the answer. Okay, Nilesh has given the answer. Very good. Vicky has given the answer. So very good. Most people have given the right answer, and that is your multi-cropping. Very good. Okay, so Asta has also given the right answer. So now let's move to next PYQ from the particular topic. Okay, so that was rotation of crop means. Again, see 2017 phase 1, this particular question come. And that's why I told you this particular topic is very important. So you will have to try the answer. If you had appeared in the phase 1, grade A phase 1 2017 paper, if you could have gotten the 1 marks extra than other candidates. Yes, your option are crop are changed from year to year according to the plant sequence. Crop grown on stubble. Industrial farming, 2 or 3 type of crop grown on the same piece of land at the same time. None of the above. Okay, Nilesh has given the answer. Manish has given the answer. Vicky has given the answer. Very good. Asta is given. Very good. You know, if you study like that, you will be able to clear your exam. So that is your option A. Crops are changed from year to year according to planned sequence. So now let's move to our next question. Method of harvesting the crop which leave the roots and the lower part of the plant and cut to give the stubble crop is known as. Your option are stubble cropping, ratooning, reharvesting, second crop, or all of the above. Again, this question appeared in 2017 phase 1C. In 2017, many questions from this particular topic come. That's why I told you this is very important. Okay, Tonga has also given the answer correct, but here you'll have to focus. So this time I won't give you the answer, so you can write the answer in the comment section and do let me know. No, I won't explain it here, and I will give the answer in the next class. Okay, that is tomorrow at 1 AM. That time I'll give you the answer, but till now you'll have to guess the answer. So that was it, guys. If you have any other doubt from this particular topic, you can ask me. If you have any doubt regarding NABARD exam in journal, you can ask me. And that was all. The answer will be provided to you tomorrow. Okay. So that was all. I hope you'll find this class very useful for your NABARD examination, and do revise it. Don't forget it. Try to retain and try to revise. Okay. So that was all for today. If you have any query, you can write to us. If you want the course, you can visit our website too. So that was all, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you'll have a good day.